Well, I was just gonna show a different video or whatever, but I guess not. Frick me. Alright, I think all my... Oh, no, wait. Almost all my stuff. Okay. Be with you in just a second, Ox. Just we made it through one of the hardest parts of the game. The opening scene. Okay. I mean, that's fair, especially for like a first time playing. You kind of don't want to just redo it all, you know? Oh, that's not right. Alrighty, let's see what sort of snap. Wow. How are we doing? Apparently super cursed. This is the only stream I get to do this weekend, because after this, pretty much right after this, we're leaving for my mother's to go to that funeral. Oh, frick. That's what the issue is. There we go. The games haven't played for almost 2 weeks. Bro, why are we cursing like crazy? So, like, I was thinking about it, I'm like, I mean, if I went to work after 2 weeks and they're like, we need you to do the best work you've ever done, it's like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Sorry, Chief, but we're gonna have to ease into this one a little bit.
Nodders.
Wow, I used 3,000 points for a Nodders? To each their own. How's it going, by the way, all ya peeps? Hey, maybe that's the only feeling we need. Can't relate, but rich in spirit. I'm rich in spirit. Yeah, I get some electrolytes rocking. Do you think Mandalorian and Grogu are gonna be good? Or is gonna be a good thing? Because like initial reaction is this kind of looks like it's not gonna, like, it visually looks underwhelming, especially for a movie. It's a good day. Hey, I'll take a good day. Why not? Sir, what do you mean? Did I bring up my, oh, I didn't have my water. Good. Oh, but yeah, so we are going to that funeral this weekend. Won't be back till Sunday evening. So like I said, this is pretty much the only one I can squeeze in. However, comma, the site that we're on, we're leaving next Thursday. And everything is supposed to be cleaned up by that point. And then it sounds like the next job I get to be on, I get to be home each night. Now, whether this job only lasts like a month, maybe 2, we'll see. But I get to be home for a little bit. Last time I got to be home was for 4 days in August or September, somewhere around there. Hey, if Dragon Ball Z, oh, I guess I shouldn't say Dragon Ball Z does like full-on seasons in a movie, because that's not fair. Attack on Titan did that. Audell, thanks for subscribing with the Prime Gaming. I appreciate that. Didn't have to do it, but at least it didn't cost you nothing. You can do Prime Gaming stuff. Oh no, never mind. I'm terrible at reading. For 3 months. Did you know that that's coming up on a year? That's craziness. I for some reason read the, because you can do those subs for like, you know, I'm gonna sub for 4 months in one shot type of thing, and I thought that was what that was, the way it was worded, and I'm just trying to remember how to stream, man. You get absolutely no flow. Oh, and I'm also gonna be dicking around with, I actually have like a list that I'm writing down for which servers are actually the best for me to like stream to, because these drop frames are starting to tick me off. I'm like, I can't remember which one it was, and OBS changed it. I know it was something janky. Turns out San Jose, which is the one we're on today, is not it, because we've already dropped a bunch. But we'll just stick with it. I just basically have a thing of like which one it is, how long was the stream, how many frames were dropped. I did edit that FF9 video a little bit more last night. Looks like it's gonna be about 40 minutes. After all the yard work and stuff I did as soon as I got home, I got a little bit in, probably did for like 2 hours or so, then I was falling asleep. How's the grass? The voles in the backyard did a real frickin' number on it.
The eye looks a bit different.
Dare, thanks for subscribing for 2 months. I appreciate. What did that say? That did not sound like it said V. I don't know if this statement is true or not. Maybe it isn't. I feel like I'm better at CT than I am at 6. Rex, keep doing your own stuff, gosh dang it. Rex is learning the good version. In case you're wondering, that's not this one. See, it's tough because you're comparing apples to oranges as far as RPG runs go. So that's why it's like a hard statement to make. Alrighty. I don't think I hit that guy. Oh. So, like, I don't know why that one in particular misses. I know it's just because it's not in the range, but there's some where, like, he's further, but, like, he's literally further away, but he's, like, more horizontal. And it's moments like that when I realize how janky the hitbox is for some of these attacks. Because like that one, he was actively getting hit by the sword and wasn't getting hit. There are some slimes where they're like a good chunk away and getting hit. Oh, we're getting this again? Okay, at least we got the triple. Oh, baby, a triple! All right, that was passable. Still think my cutoff for this is like 1345 to 1350-ish. This is probably one of the swingier splits early on. And then nothing really feels like it's worth really having a cutoff. Unless like your slimes are really bad or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Can't do it the same way that we do it with 6. It's kind of like, how does this look? How is like your Zombor is probably like the next one. Zombor Massa, then like Magus Castle. And by the time you make it through Magus Castle, you're just ripping to the end anyways. Okay, so we are set up on Flame Toss. That was such an unfortunate timing on that snake attack, because I was just about to start inputting that Flame Toss. But everything halted because he wanted to get his little bitey bite in right before. Then I almost auto-battled everything because I was already anticipating inputting stuff. Yay. Holding straight up there still feels jank to me. But that's just because I am a SNES runner playing PC. So anything that that happens that I don't think should happen just feels wrong. Dang, everything's attacking. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Luca was sub 40 HP. So that means if Yakra jumps her, she'll die in 2 counters for sure. Alrighty. Because we got to throw, or we got to only cyclone or fire whirl once on the Nagas, we actually have enough MP to X strike 6 times. Yo, Chrono, how's it going, my guy? Oh wow, we actually can bless the run. That's crazy. Oh, okay. Please do this on Frog. Yep. Gonna be this and then 1 counter attack, or 1 more attack. There we go. Okay. Why am I pimp, dude? You know what this is? I like to keep this strong. If I'm the pimp. I've won. Well, nothing's happened yet. The plan for this weekend is after this stream, we're driving back up to my mother's. We have her husband's viewing today, funeral tomorrow, and burial on Sunday. Bro, I'm ambidextrous. I don't have an offhand. Oh wait, you're beat offhand, not your off beating. Anyways. So I just volunteered information that didn't really need to. I don't know, I guess I still did. It was still valid. I think I could have ran up a little bit further up so that Luca got into position faster. Actually, you know what? It is a good Friday. YouTube paid me. I got my paycheck today. Also got all of the food reimbursements for the past 2 weeks on the same day as well. So yeah, it's a good day. Now, if only all these people that are saying they're gonna like quote me on my driveway, I have like 2 or 3 of them on the go right now. They're just taking forever. It's just a quote. I gave you the yardage, like I gave them the square footage. And like the kind of stuff that I want. Like there's really not a lot that they need to, like they don't need to come out and do it. They just need to be like slap some numbers together and just let me know. That's all I care about. I don't care if you can't do it for a month or 2, just be like, hey, this is about what it'll cost, so I can actually say, okay, do it. It's irritating. There's this one guy, been doing this for 40 years. And I just text him at the end of each weekend and I'll be like, hey, do you happen to get that quote? And he's like, sorry, I'll get it done by the end of the weekend. And then I'll get a hold of him the next week and be like, hey, you gonna do that quote? And he's like, hey, I'll get it done by the end of the weekend. And that is how it happened for 3 weekends. So I was like, all right, I'm getting us other people. And they're like, we'll get a hold of you in a couple of days. I'm like, okay. Actually, I knew, you know what? For one of them, today is a couple of days. So it's not whoever has the best quote, it's whoever just gets back to me. I didn't think it was gonna be that hard to get a quote. It's wild. Also, Diley, I hope you're doing fantastical today. Thanks for blessing. I'm trying not to get excited that they're telling me that I'm working close to home.
All I care about is you and your tolerance for, and occasionally your purveyance of unhinged behavior.
What do you mean my purveyance of unhinged behavior? What do you even mean? Thanks for the 100 bits, Satar. I appreciate that. I made a splash screen so that when this game crashes, there's just like the hill at the top of Death Peak, just the peak of Death Peak, and it says, "Oh no, did your CT for the PC crash again?" I hope we don't see it today. There's a good chance we see it today. I also managed to edit a short on my Steam Deck, and it went all right. I need to put the proper version of DaVinci onto it though, because manually putting in subtitles after having the AI tool that puts it in for you and then you just gotta fix things up once in a while is buns. Now I know I was on like a bigger setup and stuff here, but I got 2 shorts done in like 10-ish minutes. That one took me like an hour. What is DaVinci? DaVinci Resolve is DaVinci Resolve is a free video editing software. When I was doing editing for my buddy, I ended up paying for Studio because there is extra stuff in it that's actually pretty nice to have. I think it was like 450 bucks Canadian or something. So if you convert that to American, that's like 45 bucks. I mean, the time I save on those subtitles alone is almost worth it. No? What do you mean no? What's no? Do you notice Sitar has a bum? Yeah, San Jose server ain't it, boys? Got a dumpy? Sure do. All right, they're mad at me. Has anyone watched any RPG Limit Break? I can honestly say I have not seen a sniff. All right, so here's a gift sub to a streamer. Also, they're not about unhinged behavior. It's like you really send me mixed messages here, bro. Watched a couple of VODs of... Wow, that was just like the worst time for the game to stutter. Oh, you watched a couple of VODs of the RPG Limit Break. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I didn't know Andy did Earthbound, to be perfectly honest. We're talking Andy W, right? No. There's an RPG Limit Break event going on right now, is what I was getting to. And oh, okay, I was like, I didn't think Andy W did. Too many Andys. Because there's also the Link to the Past Andy runner. I'll just say runner. Does randos more than anything else now, but I know he speedran the game at one point. Andy, was the run perfect? Otherwise, I feel like that's false advertising. One. 2-1. 2. 3-2. Okay, we're gonna Cyclone on the next turn. All right, so Chrono's gonna die on this next Cyclone. That's just the way it is. Wow, I didn't even hear the click. That's fine. Rando. So if this run, so based off of like time and stuff, if we manage to one and done this, I'm not saying we're going to, but if we do, or if I just have time at the end of it, I was going to do a Worlds Collide, I think. So then I also have my category set for FF6, which I think will be the next thing that I do next time I'm home, which probably won't be till next weekend. I think things settle down a little bit after this weekend. Thankfully. It's been a little nutty. The hope is we leave site next Wednesday. We have a little bit of extra stuff that they keep throwing more scope at us. But I'm hoping Monday, Tuesday, we've got that scope and we've got everything else cleaned up. We leave site early-ish Wednesday. Get to the shop and start unloading everything. Maybe unload everything for the rest of Tuesday. Or sorry, the end of Thursday. Then I have to do a P test, and then I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off is my hope. You see, you keep on asking me to do the Red or the Dalton Imperial thingy, and now I'm finding it funny that the more you ask, the more I push it off. I've also thought about doing a thing of like, all right, here we go, and then I load up a Jets of Time, but just say it's a rando, or sorry, a Dalton Imperial thing to see if we can tell. I like scams. Excuse me. That last rat's kind of elusive. You'll start. It's hard to remember because of how infrequently I get to stream. Some people are like, make sure you have stream schedules and stuff. Like, bruh, I don't even have a life schedule. What are we talking about here? All right, how do we rank that menu? I say that was an 8. I do have 2 shorts. Oops. Where the frick am I going? I have 2 shorts loaded up. One for tomorrow, one for Monday. Because I put a day in between. I'm hoping I can get 1 or 2 out of today. The hope is that at least kind of like throwing one like every other day, hopefully, for the next little bit. Maybe we can kind of inject ourselves into the YouTube algo a little bit. What the frick? What the frick? Okay, now crit the body. Nobody's gonna crit the body. I mean, those crits are nice, but I kind of want... Can I get 1? Really? Brother! One crit. One crit. Somebody. Okay, well. Jeez. Why are you going to the Cone of Silence? That's what I call my dick. Because once they get on the Cone of Silence, they're left speechless. I'm sorry. That felt like maybe it was a little too far. That's where apparently I draw the line. How'd you manage to make my name bold? Meow, meow, meow. Oh my frick. Probably really cone shaped. Yeah, if you chopped it off, it'd look like a party hat. What the frick is wrong with me? Oh, I thought we were talking about my cone shaped dick. I don't like how I said that, by the way. Yeah, I put up an Ayla picture for all you nerds. I didn't get a single wow, dude. Thanks for putting up Ayla. Nope. Oh, no. You can be held responsible for all these ingrates, and you will be. It is in the contract. Don't ask what contract. I don't have an answer. how is that on YouTube? Oh, okay. Sounds like YouTube be like, what the frick am I getting stuck on today? All these little angles and things are just get me in the dick. Did he reset again? Oh, he sure did. Okay, hang on. I need to reread that again because the words aren't. I'm reading the words, but they're not formulating a thought for me. A skin grafted peeper on his forearm. Okay, maybe I'm not understanding. Are you saying that they skin graft for his wiener? That because that brings up a lot more questions than any answers. Oh boy. Morning, Blazin. How are we doing on this fantastical day? I sure do love watching this part. Alrighty. I don't think we're that beat up. Am I wrong? We're chilling. Oh, good crit. I remember the first time I experienced this game. Well, I was about 4 or 5. So the first time, not really. I still remember like firing it up as a kid, being excited and like not really remembering stuff. So it was kind of like a first time. But like the actual first time, no. I know that, like, yeah, those Nagas turning, or the, you know, the nuns turning evil definitely made me not want to talk to NPCs, because I was like, you're all gonna fight me. And then you get to Medina Village in 1000 AD, and then they all want to attack, and you're like, why does everyone want to attack me? Because my reading comprehension wasn't fantastical. So I'm like, why does everybody hate me? What did I do? All right, we can kill this slime between like 1 and like 6 or 7 hits. If we get 8, we get very upset. Sure. The 2 strongest guys, albeit not a crit, hit for 1 damage. The weakest character crits for 8. Yeah, no, that's exactly how we drew that plan up. Huh? Guess I was a little bit lazy on that. Watch, I was actually in my nip so we can get 5 green slimes. Check it out. Okay, that was probably the worst one for Luca to change to. Okay, I should kill him. Now you're probably wondering, Beauty, why do you take the slowest path to get to settings? And the answer is, I don't know. You'd rather deal with snake ladies than nuns? I don't know. I've seen way better, videos with the nuns than with the Nagas. Judo Chop, welcome on in. It's the best answer I have. There's a thing I've been coming up with, and I call it the Beat Idiot factor, and it is it's a very frequent factor that pops in. Told you Carolina ain't frick. Told a guy at work that I said if there's a game to win, the first one has to be it because of 2 weeks of not working. Because I know what I'm like after 2 weeks of working, or not working, I should say. Oh, I did get hurt on my elbow. I haven't really watched any hockey because there's none of it that I really want to watch. I've kind of checked out. I'm like, I don't really care. Still kind of want Kane's abs, but that's just because I'm like, I don't know how often you actually get like a first and second seed in the final. I never actually looked this up though. You have to see the intro to have Sens do the fire too. Well, are you talking? Okay, you know what? It's probably a different thought than what I'm thinking. Then the Charge lost to Montreal. Still mad about the overtime trip. Yeah, so it's in Ottawa zone. And sorry, it's in Ottawa zone. Puck goes around behind the net, so there's one defender and one forward. The defender's kind of like coasting a little bit, like watching the play in the corner. The the forward just sticks her stick into the skate and just lifts, and the person just falls right down. Like, it's the most blatant you've ever actually seen in your life. And then they pass to the forward who's in front for a reset, and I'm like, hang on, let me see if I can find this. Oh, this might be harder to find than I thought. I'm not gonna have time. Frick. Bro, do you realize that the Cup comes to Canada every year? I've never understood this narrative. Is there a year where it's never come to Canada? Oh, okay, that might make things a little more interesting. Because of the player? Yeah. I don't understand the Would you rather... and I'm not saying this is the Habs, but I'm just, this is a would you rather type thing. Would you rather the Cup comes to a Canadian-based NHL team, but doesn't have a single Canadian player? Or the Cup comes to Canada 20 times from an American team because they have 20 Canadian players? Want the Canes to win? Yeah, I think I'm on the Canes team as well. Although whatever I ever want to have happen in playoffs never does happen, so maybe I should just cheer for the Habs. Then they can lose. But then it wouldn't actually work out that way, because the universe would know that I'm just trying to reverse jinx it. How long? Well, as long as my pee-pee. Okay, I don't trust that. Okay, it did. Sometimes the battle speed just changes. You bring up a good point there, Shine, but still, like, I cheer for a Canadian team. I would like my Canadian team to win. That or Calgary Flames, because I don't mind the Calgary Flames either. But like, I kind of dislike all the other Canadian teams, so I don't want them to win just because they're Canadian. I'd rather have specific Canadian players win than the team itself, if that makes sense. I kind of forgot that Hannafin was a flame at one point, because I was talking with my dad when we were changing brake pads, and then he was like, started talking about like all these old flame, I shouldn't say old, but like all people that were like on the Flames the last time they kind of made a real push. I'm like, dang, that team was actually pretty freaking good. Bubbles don't make that sound, by the way. I hate that bubble sound. Give me the SNES sound. Gosh dang it. It goes bloop, 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 bloop. All right, sorry, this is kind of a lock-in fight, just so I don't flub stuff up. Turns out we locked in. And I knew it was gonna happen. I'm just mostly ticked that Freddie Anderson just turned back into regular Freddie Anderson as soon as the Eastern Conference final happened. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, bud. And then I think to myself, I don't even know why I'm like that mad about it. I've already made the mental, I don't want to word it. I've already come to grips with the fact that Sens aren't ever winning the cup. I've already made peace with it, I guess is how I should say it. It's just the hope that kills you. Not with it. I could have the best or I could have the worst attitude. I don't think they even know I exist. I've gone to 2 games in person. All right, third Gato fight. This is just to get our magic points for later in the run. So I try to like find a positive in everything for the most part. So like if the Avs win the cup, it's like, all right, it makes sense. Oh, actually, then they would have like not been cursed by the President's Trophy curse. It's like, that's cool. If Vegas wins the cup, Marner wins the cup on the first year that he's not on a Leaf team, that's kind of funny. If the Canes win the cup, I feel better because my team just got to play the cup winning team in the first round. Okay. If Montreal wins the cup, there's no silver lining. The world's actually going to implode because they're just the most insufferable people in the world. So much. I hate him so much. We're just passionate. No, other people are also passionate. We're just not dicks. There's a difference. Did I enjoy the BDSM? Yeah, I was the one with the whip on this one. One, two. Oh, I did this kind of slow. That was still all right, I think. And also, if the Habs win this year, because they're like still got like the young team and there's a lot of growth and stuff to happen, it's just going to be insufferable for like 5 to 8 years. Nobody wants to deal with that. And a Hooser. We're coming up to a boss here that actually does have a bit of finagling to it. This is when we're gonna start using a lot more of Berserk characters. Robo will be our Berserk character. The issue with the Berserk character is even though he does more physical damage, obviously he can't target. In this fight, targeting is kind of important. Just use Luminary. Why didn't I think of that? It's so simple. Luca lady, you gotta pick it up here. In case you're wondering why we're just like going in and out of the menu, it is so much faster to navigate if you just open and close it, because it opens and closes on like the frame. So instead of like watching the one go up, it's faster just in, out, go back down, click on the next one. You can actually cancel shelter animations that way too, as well as just normal navigation around is the same idea. My primary team is the Sens. I watch the Flames on the west side because my dad's a Flames fan. I'm in Saskatchewan. Don't ever call me Albertan again. It's kind of the Wild West for who do you cheer for. The Leafs and the Oilers are kind of the big ones. Then after that, it kind of dissipates. I'll give you a hint. Sens is probably the least cheered for. I don't rock the truck nuts because the truck would still be jealous of the balls that I carry around. Bro, Lloyd is such a weird place. We're gonna hit a snooze. Okay. There's gonna be an Addy Daddy either at the very end of the boss fight or it's gonna be after the boss fight, like immediately. But either way, it's gonna be like right there. That's right, we don't do daylight savings. That's why my stream schedule, not that I figure anyone actually like pays attention to it, but my stream schedule actually changes twice a year to being like an hour earlier, an hour later, despite the fact that I don't change a heckin' thing. It's nice, but it's also annoying because a lot of these electronics have DST built into them. So you have to change the frickin' clocks anyways. Except for now, because you're not used to knowing if it's supposed to be going forwards or backwards. You look at it and you're like, I guess you got to do it backwards because you're undoing what it did. So you're sitting there like, hey, wait, what way is this supposed to go? There's actually a lot of Pittsburgh fans around here now that I think about it. Hey, I have a Silverado. I like my truck. It's a little bit rusty on the bottom, or like around the wheel wells and stuff, but that's what you get for working at potash mines. Good. He's gonna attack the left one. Guaranteed. Yeah. They're almost dead. I did the fire first because I wasn't entirely sure how close to almost dead they were, and I was hoping the fire would kill. I mean, you got probably... It's hard not to be pumped about having a player like Crosby assault also for that freaking long. The, what, 2 or 3 cups probably helps too. Attaboy. Jeez, we're already at that point? Yeah, sure. Go beat up Robo. He takes less damage. Attaboy. This is going phenomenally well. Literally how we drew it up. All right, Addy Daddy coming in now. There is a YouTube link to get around them. If you want, if not, gotta do them at some point. There's no way around it. We've tried. This is the best we can do, is just a 3-minute block once an hour. I find it's the least intrusive. Oops. I can't think of stills. I remember. Okay, okay, you're talking music stuff. Okay, no, I was like, I know a Nash, like Rick Nash. He played for Columbus. Then he said 60s group, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I have no idea what we're talking about anymore. And ads on you. Well, that's a skill issue. Oh yeah, I do have him over there. Well, I kind of forget they have. So I have Twitch Turbo and I have YouTube Premium, because when I'm on the road, the last thing I want to deal with is ads on my phone. So that fixes that. Do 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 do. Premium's kind of sick. I was reading people were complaining a little bit more about the YouTube ads, and I was like, oh yeah, I had premium for long enough that I kind of forgot. You get ads on Twitch? I don't. I got Turbo, BB. Nice miss.
For on this my sub anniversary, I thank you for your usage of the most goated character in your split pick Speedruns. Geo on the run.
Billy, thanks so much for the 27 months. You are in fact correct. That is, no, it's not your sub anniversary. It's close. It's close, but it's not it. The most goated character. I mean, she smells like one. Yeah. Wait, why does Nova Scotia not get ads? The frick? Boyle. Guten Morgen. Welcome to the only stream of the month, or sorry, not the month, the weekend. we have opened up Pandora's box to find. Imagine it's like, oh, it ends up getting fixed. Nova Scotia now is going to be getting a lot of ads, thanks to Turtsky. And at the beginning of each ad break, they'll be like, thanks to Turtsky, we now can do this. Boom. Your name would go down in history. When did the sketch stream start? Listen. Dine told me to sign up so that Sketch could get in. I did my part. I'm cooking? Yeah, we actually are kind of cooking. So, I think you're signed up for it. You better start getting her going because I don't anticipate on doing any. Shh. And away we go. I don't know why I thought she was sleeping right now. She's not sleeping until after this party. I ran all the way out here to close the text boxes so I don't accidentally talk to anybody else. That's all that is. Oh, that was 4. I miscounted. Probably because I was walking over to the side talking about stuff and I wasn't actually thinking about counting that. Yo, that dude that's bald, he is bald. He is getting a mad reflection off of fire. Are these ones that are cheering us on? Are those ones dudes or chicks? 'Cause I don't actually know the answer to that. You're like, well, they don't have tops on, so they must be dudes. Well, I know there are like chick sprites that have like a top on them. Both? Oh, okay, we'll go with both. Oh, geez, we're dropping frames like a mother ducker. All right, San Jose ain't it. Think they're doing that? It's probably what it is. I'm not gonna lie, for the longest time I thought Kino was a chick when I was a kid. Actually, I don't think it was until I got the PlayStation version I saw the FMV and then I was like, oh, because my reading comprehension wasn't the greatest. They probably even say like he somewhere along the way, and I just never paid attention. Okay. I also used to think that Yakra's horns were his eyes, so you know, maybe I'm just an idiot. Okay, maybe we shouldn't say maybe. We know that I'm an idiot.
Okay, the only thing that fricks this fight up is if Chrono gets his turn before Ayla. Oh, you didn't get healed? I thought for sure that party healed him. No, he doesn't though. I should have known this actually, now I think about it. Good thing I healed him, me boys. I used to think that Slash's head was a helmet. Until I realized that he's just actually a dude that's blue. Never even saw him. Oh, baby! I have to say this now before my menus and my fights and everything like fall apart, but this is night and day from that evening stream. There's a reason why I'm not doing an evening stream on Sunday, and I'm just gonna do, well, I actually don't know how much time I'm gonna have on Sunday either, but I'd rather just video edit. That doesn't count as one of your crits, by the way. There you go. Say that's one crit. Two crits. The runs are always garbage. Like, they're so bad every time. I hate it. There you go. I just can't walk in after a day of work. A morning and evening stream are night and day. Correct, that's actually pretty good. But yeah, we're doing before like Magus's castle takes us all away. We're doing pretty good. We'll get this going right now. Fire barrier prediction. 5 probably doesn't happen unless like he just does fire, which is probably not gonna happen. 3 or 4 is ideal. Four is kind of what you want for like getting to second phase fast, and you also end off with that that juicer damage. On average, I'd say you see like 2. %25 chance to see an element, so there's only 4 of them. Nightbox 69, thanks for the Gluck. Hello, Flameburger. How are we on this Friday? Definitely not me double checking to see what day it was. Okay, what part of that was huh? In case you haven't heard it before, chronic insomnia. Oh no. I want it. Have you tried jorking it? Yes. Have you tried jorking it twice? Yes. Have you tried jorking it 15 times? No. Get to it. Don't. You might need lotion for that one. Oh, the good luck. Oh. I think you're making a little sussy. What are rookie numbers? No! Like I was saying before, this is the only stream of the weekend. Going to a funeral this weekend. Mother's husband, so it's going to be a real good time. So better be something good today. Actually, you know what? I know we're only like an hour 15 in, but I can't complain. Yeah, that's why I didn't stream much last weekend. Because, Saturday night, we had to do an emergency drive up. That was the day that he croaked. Oh, actually, sister's a nurse and she's also a nerd. All right. Had total occlusion of 3 of the 4 arteries of the heart. Apparently this type of heart attack is known as the Widowmaker. My mother doesn't like that's what it's called, but I'm like, it seems like it's aptly named. Got me out of... No, he didn't get me out of plane 7. It's just prolonged. Whoa, wait, hang on. Do I get out of plane 7? Thanks, Boyle. Boyle says I don't have to play 7 anymore. So, I seem unfazed about it. I didn't particularly care for the dude. The thing that it hurts the heart is how broken up my mother is. Was he a smoker? Oh yeah, big time smoker. Had like, you know, the 9 in the morning Pepsi every day. Worked as a sheriff deputy in a courtroom. He was 63? I think that's what the thing said. Yeah, apparently that one is just like, he was taking a nap and just didn't wake up. So I guess if there's a way to go, that's the way, I suppose. I'm gonna get caught on that, aren't I? No, I don't even know who Kyle Bush is. No, we're talking about my mom's late husband. Is that how you... Dad? No, he's not my dad-in-law. That's my wife's dad. The technical term, I guess, would be stepfather, but because they got married 7 or 8 years ago, I would not call him stepdad. My dad is my wife's dad. I didn't say that. Still counts, but that's not what No, I don't identify as a stepchild. Oh, frick. My dad's married too. Frick.
I hate my family tree. Do you guys want to hear a dark joke? What kind of dark joke? So my mom's been married 3 times, but at least this one didn't end in divorce. Did I get any step siblings? Yes. I have 2 stepsisters on one side. One we don't talk to at all. Like any of us. 1 stepsister and 1 stepbrother on the other side. Get these jokes up for tomorrow. I'm going up today, and the viewing is today. Seems unique. Messed up. I'm sorry to hear that, Jack. I assume that you probably had a closer relationship with them than I had with this one. To get away from Ma. She was the good one. Little CT to cleanse the soul is a wild thing to say before we go into Magus's castle. So he was the one that I was Maxi during the, like, the reason I haven't like really gone to her house at all or anything in the past 2 years is because one of these camping trips, he was like messaging these chicks and being like, man, I want to bang that pussy and blah 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 blah, and she found out and then left him for a bit, and then I was like, all right, good, got that out of the way. And then they got back together and they're like, no, we've been really working on it. He's been working on it because he used to be like a massive spender of money that he didn't have or whatever, blah blah blah. So they actually worked on all of that, and over like the past year, I guess it's actually been really, really good. As evident by seeing my mother and her breakdowns being like, we did so much work and everything was going so good. And I'm like, all right. Hey, 30 years is still more significant than, I guess it's been a decade if you count the pre-marriage part, I guess. The boning was good. From what I got to see, sure. Was he a Twitch simp? No, it was just Facebook. He was 63, he's a boomer. Anyways, the first time that I went to her house since she moved in after that whole debacle was the last weekend after he had a heart attack. Listen, if I get stupid questions, I'm going to give stupid answers. It's the only thing that brings me life. But now that you've kind of got like a little bit of an insight on like what like my family situation looks like, there's so many like gatherings and stuff to go to because of like, the wife also has a split family, by the way. Her biological dad and her biological mother have their own booze. So you mix all that in, there's a lot of different families that we go and see each and every frickin' major holiday. B-O-O, wow, what the what? B-O-S, not boobs, booze, like, you know. Well, you wouldn't know. You call your lady by her nationality. And
disrespectful. What a Habs fan answer. I do it to everybody. There you go. It's not disrespectful. No, it's disrespectful just to everybody. Do we not see how this works? I don't love that, so we're just gonna do this. I'd rather this fight take a little bit longer and I don't lose more time dying. That's a Saskatchewan's. It is a pretty Saskatchewan thing to say of respect others, my bad. Why would I think that? Well, what do you mean by worst Canadian team? Are we talking placings? Because that would be Vancouver this year. Are we talking fan base? Because that would be the Habs. Are we talking misery? That would be probably Toronto. Lol. Actually, you know what? I think Sens is still up there, actually, now that I think about it. So this fight's pretty in-depth. You hit the auto battle button and then you just kind of hope that things go by with a lot of crits. And that's the first phase. You don't got to worry about experience or anything. So you just kind of let her buck. Yay. Good heal. Get him out of that frickin' corner. That's why. Hey, HPs look okay. Mostly just want to make sure that nobody's gonna die to a spin cut. Oh, jeez. Okay, we are in the off phase. Okay. Cool. Woohoo! I'm gonna look back at that menu later and be like, yeah, that actually wasn't a very good menu, but it felt good. That always happens. Every time I go and be like, good menu. And then I watch it back afterwards and be like, okay, I guess it wasn't actually that good. Like, it was fine, but like, wasn't that good. I got to put on the AC yesterday. I also got to actually work in my yard for the first time yesterday because it wasn't snowing as I came home from work. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I didn't buy enough dirt for filling in some of the Vol burrowing sections, but I got a good chunk done. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we were sitting like high 20s, and then the next day, it's like, what jacket should I wear? All right, don't fall down the hole this time, you numbnuts. The one pillar is kind of janky. I have a bit of a movement thing around it. Last time, what happened last time? Oh, last time I tapped the run button a little too short, so it toggled to walk. There we go. Nope, it's not snowing today. No. I'm just saying that's what it has been doing. My frick. This was a bad climb. It's okay, still got through it. That's because my fingers already spell doom. Oh my frick. Okay. Yo, Pojo, thanks for the good luck. How are we doing today, my dude? So far, it's been quite spicy. That being said, none of this matters. Huh. My friends don't make fun of me for my vocabulary. Maybe it's just because they're real friends, though. You know, accept me for who I am and blah, 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 blah. No, I did not mean to slash the freelancer. I hit the wrong direction to attack one of the other guys, and I just input it nice and quick, and as soon as I did, I'm like, whoops. Come on, be honest. You had fun being on hold. My friends all work in the trades. They've got that sailor talk going on. They just respect the fact that I don't feel the need to. Oh, whoops. Oh, we'll do this first. Do I hear per day? Easily hundreds? I don't know. I don't know how to... Hey, kitten, did you get that sub 320 yet, bruv? Hey, Magus, don't be a cuck. He's gonna be a cuck, but don't be a cuck. Pojo reject. I don't think lead... Oh my frick. Nope, you're bad. I feel that. Okay, so that's one fire. That's two fire. That should be fine. Okay. That was the push. We're not gonna push for a single cycle. All right, as long as Chrono's at full HP. We're chilling. Oh, we still got it. Ho, 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 ho. Smells like a 136, boys. So that was, okay, I'm pretty sure that was 2 fire barriers. Am I wrong or right on that? Spunk music is my side. Oh boy. This is, it's closer to say this is off of the iOS version. It was 2? Okay. I wouldn't say translation isn't the right word. Version would be better because there's like the SNES version, the DS version, and then the iOS Steam version are kind of the same thing. So the DS version has the 13th ending as well as the Coliseum. The iOS Steam version only has the 13th ending. It doesn't have the Coliseum. But yeah, for the, that's kind of like the Kefka and Narsh part of the run. And I would say that this has been a very good Kefka and Narsh part of the run. Also, I didn't realize how much Frog crit. We probably could have saved an extra, I don't know, 5 seconds or so. Maybe even more than that just by not healing. I just didn't think we were gonna have the DPS to kill him coming off of that lightning barrier. Potions in this version. Frog is supposed to go to town on Frog and or on Flea and Slash. That's his whole. That's all he has to do. My best Megas time? For this? No. This would be close. I feel like I had one that was really close to like 135, but I might just be making that up. Remember when I said morning streams are so much better than evening streams? It took us like 5 or 6 attempts to get here. I died on Dragon Tank. And I think at this point we were like minus 10 seconds or something. I don't know. Maybe not even minus. Don't forget about the FMV. Ding ding. Oh. You get the headband because you get the speed belt. I don't think there's a... So there is like a... kill Megas percent for SNES. I don't think there is one for PC. I can tell you for SNES it's like 208 something? I don't know if I hit a 207. Obviously this is a little bit faster than that. By like half an hour. And that's with Manip. For SNES. It's the instant text, obviously the auto battle, even if the fights don't go perfect, the auto battle does still speed up a lot of things. The credits at the end of each fight saves so much time. Like I bet you're saving 3 to 5 seconds at the end of each fight by just hitting the auto battle button and letting the banner just fly right through. Gotta wait a little bit so you don't run into those nerds. Hey. That's still faster than to load the screen twice. So now we're gonna do this fight 7 times. This is going to obviously get us some levels and stuff. We also want to learn Volt Bite. I know it's called Thunder Chomp in this. I'm calling it Volt Bite because we need that for immediately the next boss fight. So Nizbels is going to be watching us go in and out a couple times. Just like Papa had to see me do on his mom the other day. Yes, it's the X joke. Bro, you haven't tried working a day in your life. Why start now? Am I right? I think one more. So rude, yeah. There we go. In case you didn't see it, we learned it there. You know what they say? I know what Papa's mom says. She's a big, I actually changed it up a little bit. One in the pink, two in the stink. Dirty girl. At some point I cross the line. We're gonna do... I'm hoping this works. Really? I had it queued up, bro. How did that? Okay, usually you can generate ATB. I got janked. This sucks. Oh, I did kiss, didn't I? Alright, I'm gonna have to see what I'm doing wrong there, because something's not jiving. What a terrible fight. I survived, I guess. I lost a minute. Oh, actually, no, I know what went wrong. Okay. Normally, when you get that third attack in before he does his discharge, you can generate a good chunk of ATB. So I was like, okay, I'll attack. And Luca was already had her turn. So I was like, all right, this is fine. Turns out it wasn't fine. Cool. I gotta heal him at some point. Do I? Yeah, I do. Because that's how reptiles sleep? Sick. One more. We're gonna die. We're gonna go for it and hope we don't die. Pretty much gotta die on the next turn. Thank frick. Tried to be a little too fast and just flubbed up a couple of auto battles in there. Skill issue. Wait, camels have an extra thing that go over top of their eyes that they can... I'm assuming it's for like walking through sandstorms or some junk. Good job. That's not the word that I would use. It doesn't hit me with a lot of confidence when 2 boss fights in a row have come down to, well, at least you didn't die. When they should be relatively simple boss fights. I still think I got cheesed on Nizbel, TBH. Nizbel I feel cheesed on. I saw, yeah. See there, that, now we're talking truths. Okay. Is Dino style the same thing with as like doggy style, but you just gotta do short arms? Nizbel with one, so Nizbel always does a party-wide attack and then a single person attack and just alternates. That party-wide attack does over 50 damage and a revive always brings you back with only 50 damage. So you have to play around that and hope that you're fast enough and that that person doesn't go down. So that's why with one person it's pretty rough to come back from, and we got lucky enough that after the electric shock, he targeted the person with the lowest HP, so they could die immediately, and that's what brought us to one person. That's how all of that went. Once we get kicked out of Zeal, we'll do an Addy Daddy. The worst part is at that point that we were at, all it took was a fire sword. And I just made the assumption that because you can always generate a little bit of ATB between using your Volt Bite and him using his discharge, and Luca already having her turn, I was like, all right, she'll be able to heal before it goes off, because I've got heals off before, and this is like, it's gonna go off, like I'm doing it while my attack to even set it off is going off. Apparently, PC just didn't care about that. So, moral of the story is next time we're just gonna heal before then instead of trying to be cheeky with it, I guess. That cheekiness lost us about a minute. I doubt that's actually faster, but it makes me feel better that I'm doing something. That's a little bit faster, I guess. Anyways, it's all over and done. Everyone is still doing what they're supposed to, so that's the important thing. There's an option, they call it HD resolution. And all the HD resolution does for these sprites is it takes out the shadowing. And it looks worse. And I'm like, how is this supposed to be HD? You literally just took out an option. I can't tell a difference aside from they take out the shadowing. So the colors just pop more because there's no like darker colors in it. I like that the music is unchanged. For the most part, if I'm watching someone play, I can't really tell if they're playing SNES or PC until they start getting into like menus or fights. Like if they're just walking around and they're not talking to people, it's tough to tell, so that's a plus. CRT filter? Ah, I might be going. I don't know if Luca takes 150 damage here. Never mind. Clears it. It's more faded? Okay. Maybe I don't pay attention to stuff that much. Usually I'm looking at feet. Not because of that. It's for movement. Most of the time I'm looking at feet for movement. I said we are going to be getting ads once we go through this next portal. Again with the feet? I'm not even a foot person. Like, at worst, I like to just make sure I get my face right in the middle of the sole there and just give it a good... But, like, other than that... Knew something was afoot. Oh, yeah, there it is. So there's just going to be a lot of walking around for the next 3 minutes, so you're not going to miss much on this ad break. And this should make it so that by the time we get to... Oh, this will be even before we get to Mud Imp. We'll be back. No. You can make it. Oh, you can make it so much worse. Never ask, can you make this worse? Because the answer typically is yes. You know the cool thing about working close to Homobie again? Ease of actually working out and like feeling good about the workouts that I'm doing. I'm excited for that. The town that we stayed in for this shift, and we're going to for next shift as well, I'm pretty sure. I don't like to run in that town because I'm scared I'm going to get stabbed. And I would prefer to keep all of my insides on the inside. No, not Carrot. We had to go to Nipawin. Nipawin's a sketchy place. You'll step. Hey, I made it through New York without getting mugged. I don't need you to just come here and break the streak. Yeah, I said Nipawin. Yeah, for sure. Look it up. It's a nice place. Hey, one bar, one Chinese restaurant. I actually, well, like I said, hopefully we're only there Monday to Wednesday. I don't have to worry about, like, that's only what? It's only one takeout for lunch. It's only 1, 2, 3. It's only 3 meals. Oh yeah, I can deal with that. But yes, when job's done, I will in fact enjoy actual cooking over bar food and Chinese food. Chrono with the swallow sword, because that gives, I believe it gives +2 speed, is now maxed out speed, the only stat that maxes out at 16. Okay. Make sure that you're reading it properly. Nipawin itself is not the premier destination. The lakes around it are, and it just so happens that Nipawin is around them. No, there's some that, oh wait. No, not angry that you placed an order. They sound angry at times. Lakes are in Nipawin? Incorrect. Nipawin is quite tiny. They are not in Nipawin.